Day 5, and as you can see the weather has turned, so we're going to go and see exactly how slippery these trails are in the wet. According to Doug, they're pretty damn slippery.
Now, if you're looking for a video that shows me absolutely slaying it in tricky conditions, then
Ooh.
I'm afraid you're going to be in for a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, horrid. Oh, no commitment.
If, however, you want a masterclass in how to psych yourself out even before you start,
I'm going last. I'm not good in the wet.
then look no further.
Oh no, these rocks are so slippery, there's nowhere to brake. Oh dearie me. See those greasy rocks and like the fear of God comes over me. Oh, just butt clenching on every single rock.
In between all that butt clenching, there was, however, some grip to be found. But all in all, I think it was pretty clear that I just wasn't feeling it.
The conditions are far from confidence inspiring. Oh, the last thing you want to be doing today is having to do a massive emergency brake.
All I seemed to be able to focus on was the prospect of having to grab a fistful of brake, everything locking up, and me hitting the dirt really hard. The further we got down the trail though, the more I realised that it probably wasn't quite as bad as I'd managed to convince myself it was. We were no longer getting rained on, and providing I kept the speed under control and was happy for things to slide about a bit, this trail was actually very cool. The next trail had a completely different riding surface to the first, with far fewer shiny rocks and considerably more grip. Before long, I was really beginning to enjoy the conditions. It wasn't a perfect descent, and I did have a couple of little wobbles. Nevertheless, there were few remaining signs of my early nerves.
Oh, I caught that too!
I was luckier than Gabe though. My wheels survived that sharp rock, but he snapped 2 of his spokes, sadly putting an end to his riding for the day.
You having fun? Yeah.
The Irish boys, Ross and Stevie, were clearly in their element in these wet conditions, and while I couldn't match Ross's pace, I was beginning to understand the attraction. Now, we still had quite a drive ahead of us on this last day, so unfortunately this next shuttle was sadly going to be the last of the trip. This time though, there was none of the negativity of the first descent, and I felt much happier letting go of the brakes on sections that had me in pieces on the first descent. Guess that's the power of positive thinking for you. For this last trail of the week, we were back on the grippy dirt again. This time, however, it was going to be a somewhat trickier proposition, with some pretty significant exposure off to the left in places.
Whoa, those roots are properly greasy.
I still felt I was making a fairly good fist of it though. That was until...
Oh no. Oh, I don't need that today. Horrible sketchy routes on the way in. Oh, I think we're gonna have a refusal here.
I have huge respect for the other guys that rode this sketchy route and rock strewn chute in these conditions. But seeing as part of being a middle-aged mountain biker is knowing your limits and living to fight another day, I actually have zero regrets about walking this section. It'll still be there if ever I come back, and maybe it'll be drier and I can give it a go then. I would love to ride these trails again in the dry, and maybe even give that last chute a go. But riding whatever Mother Nature throws at you is part of the challenge, and this was indeed a fitting challenge to end the week on. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in to watch this series, and most of all, thank you to the people that made this probably the best mountain biking holiday I have ever had. In the meantime though, thanks for coming along, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
That one chute was terrifying. Yeah.